Hi guys, I'm going to be showing you today how to make these super easy like fake iron-on patches and little miniature badges. So what you're going to need is some printable fabric paper. I got this from Home Crafts. This is based in the UK. I've used inkjet because my printer is an inkjet printer, but you can get inkjet or laser. And I've gone for the non-wash fabric because I'm not going to be washing these things after I put them onto things. So, but you can get washable. It's just a bit more expensive. I think these worked out about £1.50 for a A4 sheet. And obviously, because you're working in miniature scale, you can print loads off. So here's some that I've done for my new character Spud, who is a #bitch. If you're wondering why some of these look a bit offensive. So you're going to need to resize the images that you're going to use on your computer somehow. I used Photoshop. I think you could probably use Word, and I printed this off on paper first just to make sure it was the right size, and then I've still gone for loads of different sizes because you never know what size you're going to need. And also for the images, I actually used images of patches because they've got that kind of sewn in grainy look to them already, so they look more like what you're trying to achieve. So what you're going to want to do is, once you've printed off your images onto the fabric, let it dry probably a couple of hours, or get a hairdryer on it if you're like me and impatient. And then what you need to do, rather than cut out the image straight away on the line, just cut around the image. Let me just show you what I mean, just in case. Let's get this one out. So you just want to leave a gap all around. And then the way this stuff works is you peel off the paper off the back. And then you can see there it does fray a little bit. So in order to stop that, just get some tacky glue or any kind of fabric glue. You could probably use PVA, but I've got some of this already. Smear it all over the picture. Make sure you get it right to the edges so that you're not missing anything. Ruin your dining table in the process. And then just let that set for a couple of minutes, let it dry, and then when you come to cut it out, then it shouldn't fray at all. Obviously, when you go to cut it out, you want to cut it out as close to the edge as possible, otherwise you're going to get little white lines. And you can see I like penned in around, the light's not very good, is it? Around the lines. So hang on, focus. There we go. So yeah, the white doesn't look very good if you leave the white on. So while I'm letting that dry, I'll show you how I made the badges. So all you want to do is get some earrings and any design that you like. These came from Claire Accessories, and the handy thing about these is they come not only with this little metal bit that you don't need, but also with the little rubber stop. So what you're going to do is push the rubber stop on before you make your cut. And then when you want to make your cut, just push it back just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And that will make sure... Oh, did you hear that? That bit of metal just pinged off and hit my lamp. Just make sure that there's no metal poking out, because otherwise it will scratch whatever you're putting it on. And if it's your dolly, you're not going to want that. And then all you do is take whatever it is that you want to put it on. Let's put it on here. Poke it through. Ooh, that was a bit stiff. And then turn it over. Put the little rubber bit back on, and hey presto, badge is done. Now these ones from Claire's, they come with, they've got a little bit of a ledge on the back, a little bit of a raised bit, which means that it doesn't sit up against the fabric. Focus. You can just see this little raised bit here, so it doesn't sit against the fabric as nice as it could on perhaps some other earrings, but you know, just shop around. I got these because I quite like the images on them, so. And there you go. So like I say, wait for that bit to dry, cut it out, put some more glue on and stick it on. If you want it to be slightly raised, like, I mean, I think these are raised enough because, you know, iron-on patches are slightly raised. You could, if you wanted to, stick that to another piece of fabric and wait for that to dry, and then, hang on, I need a drink, sorry. Excuse the gulping. Yeah, stick it to another bit of fabric, wait for it to dry, and then cut it out. And then it'll be slightly more raised. But I think because of the way that the glue dries, it does look stiff and iron-on patch-like. Sorry, I've just realised I've just been out of focus the whole time. Also, when you've done that, I have printed off some spare bits. Oh, what is going on with the lighting? On what was left over from my A4 piece of paper. Because once I've finished creating my doll, I'm going to make some t-shirts for her. So that's what that's all about. I'm not sure how it's going to fare because it is a little bit stiff. And perhaps if you wanted to make t-shirts, then I would recommend getting the washable one because that might soften up the cotton once you've pulled it off the paper. I think that's it. Hope that's been helpful, guys. Enjoy making your little badges and patches. And if you've got any comments or questions, just leave them down below. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.